I'm sitting down with Sylvia and Vinkosi from Western Cape Albinism. They're here today to talk about albinism in South Africa and weigh in on some of the recent reports about kidnappings in KZN. Hello.
Hello, Janine.
Now, we're here to talk about albinism in South Africa. Sylvia, I'm going to ask you first. What's it been like living with albinism in South Africa?
I guess things changed because mostly now people do have the knowledge about albinism, and thank you maybe to educational facilities, because now people, they can read, they can watch on the news, and then they can now also organization like us where we raise awareness about albinism. So at least the knowledge is there, and then people start to accept us as part of the community members.
Vinkosi, what's it been like for you living with albinism?
Okay. Firstly, as we all know that albinism affects all races. So to answer your question, I'm going to say it depends which area one stays in. For instance, in a black area, people with albinism stick out. So in a black area, the situation won't be the same as in other colored or white area, because you do not stick out there. So growing up in a black area, you are noticed. So people will stare at you, but as Sylvia has mentioned, that with education and awareness raising events that has been done, so people are more educated and are more accepting, and they are aware of the condition, to put it straight. Yeah. Jennifer, you were asking what is it living with albinism in South Africa? I think it is better than in other countries. We do have our problems, but they are not severe. They are severe, but not as in other countries. That is how I can conclude.
Sylvia, have you felt discriminated against?
So many times, actually. Because name calling is still there. People still have names, different names to call us, that itself discriminating for us. So, and people do not understand when you say you cannot see something, because more especially if you are wearing spectacles, they expect you to see because you're wearing spectacles. So although you can say that, no, I do not see clearly, you see, because now our eyesight, as much as they are very, but now there are people that are severe that they could not see. There are people who could see. So it is depending to a distance. See, so I can say yes.
So albinism, does it affect your eyesight?
It affects eyesight. It affects the hair. It affects the skin.
Vinkosi, have you felt discriminated against?
When something happens, you'll always think, is it maybe because of the condition? For instance, when you apply for a position and you do not get it, you might think, it's because of this condition. On a lighter note, when you approach a girl and you propose and she doesn't accept you, you might think it's because of the condition. But even when I'm with my kids, some people say they doubt it's not his children. You see, so the discrimination is still there.
How does it make you feel when people think that your children aren't yours?
It makes me feel bad, but I know it's lack of knowledge, it's lack of understanding, because they whisper. They don't say it to me directly. Okay, they whisper. No, is it not stealing these children? When I'm with my boy, for instance, as I'm working with him today, so it's offending, but I know it's lack of education, and whenever I have a moment to educate people, I stop and I tell them, I set the record straight that this is my child. But discrimination, yeah, it's still there.
Now, Sylvia, most recently, we heard about a woman in KZN who was trying to sell a child with albinism have you been made aware of this story?
Yes, I am aware of the story, and it sounds so scary when you hear something like closer. Yes, we understand that we expect those things. Actually, not expecting, because they do happen in Tanzania. But now, when it comes so close in South Africa, but one point that Vinkosi touched on, whereby he said it's different from each area. So he touched on the fact that we are like white skin, bright, and we are coming from a community where everybody is black. So that also drew the attention of a person who doesn't understand maybe how or why you are born like that, and then you go through that, and then you find out even like in your own family you find that discrimination, because there is that lack of education. So really, that most of challenge you will find in black communities, because in a white or colored community, obviously everyone is not like stuck like in a black community. But as I have mentioned, yes, things are getting better than they were. And then in a workplace as well, it's a challenge. Some workplace. Unfortunately, I can say that I was lucky, because I'm working for Metro Rail. I was never looked at differently like to others, and then whenever there's like a chance of like growth, I was given that growth. I'm even now I'm the acting manager. I'm a supervisor by grade, but I'm the acting manager. So everybody knows when you talk about Sylvia Mama, they know who are you talking about. So and one thing is that, like, it depends to a person as well, because people like approach you the way that you like show yourself to be. Do you know what I'm saying? If you accept yourself, because acceptance starts from me. I have to accept myself and be proud of who I am, because I cannot change who I am. So as long as I accept myself, and then the community will respond to me, to the way that I am. So it's like that. So now the only thing that is important to us is that we need to accept ourselves and be proud of who we are, and then know that we are not here by any chance. We're born, and then by two parents, the mother and the father. So we didn't come from any tree, or like as we are called monkeys, like for example, like ape, in a black community in Kau, which means an ape. So, and then because people believe that we are like from animals, and some believe that we are cursed and all those things. So it is like that. So whatever that you present from the community is what you get in return.